Hi, my name is Rosemary Neave. I'm calling from Christchurch in New Zealand, and I'd like to tell you some of the story about women and travel in New Zealand and around the world, and the latest move to become part of the JourneyWoman travel family. I think it started with a group of women in the late 80s wanting to get out into the outdoors in a way that suited them, not always driven by the men in the group. In 1990, Bushwise Women was set up, then others like Driftwood Dreamers. An accommodation network for women emerged in New Zealand with the Mermaid Guest House in Wellington, the Blue House in Auckland, Bushline Lodge on the West Coast, and Parituhu B&B in Devonport, the latter still going, run by two wonderful women. In the 90s, my partner Nairi and I visited Bushline Lodge on the west coast of the South Island, and a dream was born of building a lodge for women travellers in the north of New Zealand. Waihoihoi Lodge was our dream. Set on 5 acres of organic land overlooking the sea, we welcomed women from all over the world to our 6-bedroom, 6-bathroom, beautiful house, just for women. The question was, how were we going to advertise? It was 2000. The internet was in its infancy. Would I do a book or a website? A book or a website? A website it was, and Women Travel New Zealand was born. But when these women from all over the world came to visit us, after a while they said, hey, we need a site like this for the world. And in 2006, I bought the domain name WomenTravel.info and began work on that. And it was a delight to discover more of the amazing women's travel companies that were opening up around the world. Companies that focused on women and travel. Focus on tours led by women. This was to be the defining difference of this site for women travellers. They could go to WomenTravel.info and search for a tour anywhere in the world led by women. Now we've teamed up with JourneyWoman.com, a wonderful network of women travellers which began in 1994, based in Canada. WomenTravel.info brings to this community access to over 600 tours run by women around the world. As the world opens up after COVID, we will travel differently, I hope. But we will still have a yearning to reach beyond our own worlds, to discover more. This partnership enables you to connect with small women's businesses who've been severely impacted by the pandemic, building bridges of connection and hope. I'm delighted to celebrate this partnership with Carolyn Ray and JourneyWoman and honour the women around the world who've been part of the journey to this stage. Thank you. Signing off from Christchurch in New Zealand. If you're visiting, a coffee is on any time.